One of the fastest ways of getting news covering the flood is the social media.
Yes.
And I think it has played an extremely important role,
Yes.
especially when the authorities are slow and not being able to respond to all the urgent requests for assistance from flood victims.
Yes, it can be stressful sometimes, but the positive, a lot. There's more positives than negatives, of course.
Well, all the news is running very quickly. Every second, I can say, on my Twitter, on my iPhone, every second you get a new news item.
Yes.
And it is not only about news. It's about coordination. It's about seeking assistance, about voluntarism, about
Innovations,
yes. And I think without social media, without Facebook and Twitter and YouTube, things would have been really bad because the
Right.
government cannot really handle all the very, very crucial, immediate things.
Yes. And the people using social media as a major source of information nowadays, I think they use it as a stepping point to the official information later. That's what I have been observing, at least.
Breaking news comes
Breaking
in
news come-
Twitter first,
yes,
right?
It serves as an alerting point for us. For example, if a Bangkok governor is going on TV, people on Twitter will know first, and they will tell each other that, okay, let's...
He's coming in half an hour.
Right.
He's now on the air, and when he's speaking, they will tweet what he's also talking about.
Yes, and it's very rare these days that the Bangkok governor will have a chance to be on TV. So this is a very useful tool to follow him.
Also, the request for assistance that come from all sources, without the Facebook and Twitter, I think it would have not been possible to
Right.
go for this rescue mission on time.
Yes, for the list of the roles that the social media has been playing, I put that on the top of the list. The role of the social media in directing the government to the emergency spot. Because when the flood disaster started, it's the social media that helped point us to the major urgencies, which we would not have known about without the social media.
That's right. And I think the fact that the government has not been able to take advantage of this is a big pity.
Yeah, the government is the FROC has its own Twitter account, GCC underscore 1111, which has about 16,000 followers.
Which is not enough.
It's not enough. We forwarded some SOS to this account, and we got some response actually. But as you say, the government need to engage the social media much more than it has been doing.
But believe it or not, the Army has a Twitter account now, Army PR.
Right.
And a lot of government agencies, including the Irrigation Department, the BMA, of course, and also the electricity authorities have
Yes.
their own Twitter account as well.
Yes. And
So
the first thing I do every morning is to check the timeline of the Bangkok governor.
Yes.
Every day, yes. Although I don't believe that he's tweeting by himself, but it's quite useful.
But it's a pity that the Prime Minister, after having been hacked, has not gone back
She
to
stopped,
Twitter.
and she has been relying mainly on her Facebook account, and is largely one-way communications. She just put some of her comments or information, and without the other way around for communications.
You know, in the nation itself, the latest count we had is we have 218 reporters, editors tweeting. The number of followers jumped from about 500 total 500 to 600,000 to up to today 1.2 million followers.
It's a big number.
Yeah, the combined number of followers for the nation group's Twitter accounts has shot up and has been serving as not only the breaking news sources but also coordinating also alerting people about the situation, and also acting as the middle people for people who want to contact each other.
Yes.
For example, if there's a group of people stuck in a house, a badly flooded house in a remote area, and there is a call for SOS, they give us a Twitter message and then the number. We retweet them, and they got help, direct assistance, because they can call directly. And that's why it's so important that social media are serving a purpose that would not be able to be served by other media, such as television, newspapers, radio. Because on radio, you need to be able to call the number, and you need to be within the vicinity of being able to hear the radio news. So the television and radio, which used to be the main sources of urgent help in a disaster, are now overshadowed by Twitter and Facebook, I think.
Right, and don't buy into the criticism that social media is only the source for rumors. That's not true.
No, well, the rumors.
It's a self-correcting tool. You say something incorrect, people will correct you very immediately, within seconds.
Yes, I am a firm believer in what they call the wisdom of the crowd. Because whatever you know, whatever you don't know, you just put it in Twitter, and there'll be people who will tell you that's right, that's not right. And that, I think, is why social media are such a big, important tools for not only the media, but for everybody in society, in peacetime and wartime.